Hey guys, Lego Stax here. You want your muzzle flashes to look like this? Well, follow these simple steps. Alright, so first you're going to want to drag your base footage down here, and you're also going to need a muzzle flash image, which you're going to need it on black. Now I just found this on Google, searching muzzle flash. And yeah, so first I'm going to go down here, duplicate this, and I'm going to rename it slide so it's easier to reference. This one's going to be base, so that's easier to reference. Basically, I'm just going to scrub through my footage pretty much until I find the point where I want it to start blowing back the slide. Then I'm going to crop this footage down to exactly that frame where it's going to blow back the slide. And then I'm just going to zoom in, grab my pen tool up here, and just select, if you want to move around whatever their footage, just press space and click and drag. And then I'm just going to take my pen tool and select out, this is a lengthy process, select out the gun. Okay, so now that we've got our slide, I'm just gonna take this, click on it, and turn off the toggle mask, and use my arrow keys to move it to the exact position that I want it at. And then once I have it aligned, it shouldn't take very long, and I'm going to add a directional blur, drag that onto my slide, and basically just turn up the blur length to, I believe it's 10, and then just move it in the direction of the blur, which is that direction approximately. So, no wait, isn't that cool though, how it moves that? Yeah, okay, in that direction. And then now I'm going to duplicate my base footage again, rename it this time to be barrel so it's easier to look at. And also, when you're shooting this, you're going to want to at least take one frame of the background area where the barrel would be in the case of the slide blowing back. So then I'm just gonna, this is fine, so I'm just gonna take this and trim it down to that one frame, move it up to the same frame as where our slide is blown back. Then I'm gonna press T on my keyboard and set the opacity to be 50%. That way we can see exactly what we're doing here. And now I'm going to take my pen tool a second time, turn back on the masks thing, and select out what would be the barrel. This shouldn't take very long. That wasn't very long at all, right? So now I'm going to go back and take my cursor tool, and if you notice, this does not blend in with the background 100%. So let's turn back up this to 100% here, and you can see now the barrel selecting, or the barrel select out, whatever you want to call that, selection does not blend well with the background. So what we're going to do is take our brightness and contrast setting and color correction, bring it over to the barrel, and just play with your brightness. Do not play with the contrast at all. Play with the brightness until it blends perfectly. Well, perfectly being as close as it's going to get. I usually set mine to -4 or -5 because that seems to work for my kind of lighting, but you may need to play around with this for a little while. And now that we have this done, you're going to want to render this out first, export it and render it. That way this brightness and contrast setting will not get messed up. Alright, so now that this is rendered, I'm going to take my base footage, put it back in, but this time we're going to be doing the actual environmental glow and the actual muzzle flash. So I'm going to take my muzzle flash, bring it over into this part here. And here, let's move this. Right here. Nope, right here is the frame before it starts blowing back, which is exactly where I want to put my muzzle flash. Okay, so first we're going to set the blending mode to be screen. As you can see, that's completely transparent because it's on a black background. And this is a bit small, so how about we scale this up just a little bit. There we go. That's better. Okay. Second, we're going to duplicate the base footage again. This time rename it to be glow, because we're going to be adding an environmental glow to make this look a little better. Now we're going to take this glow layer and trim it down to 3 frames. That way, here's where we're going to actually have the glow at 100%, 50%, and 0%. Okay. So, now we're going to take our... we're going to set the blending mode on here to add. And then we're going to take our pen tool and start selecting out the areas on our character, at least, that would be affected by such a muzzle flash. This can be a lengthy process if you have a lot of areas that would be affected. In this case, I don't, so I'm just going to speed this up a bit. Alright, so that one's smooth. Now we're just going to take our ellipse tool. Now you just click and hold on that if you see a rectangle, and release on ellipse tool. And then I'm just going to select out this area where what would be affected by our glow. And then we're going to select all these masks and press F on a keyboard and bring up the feathering. Let's turn this off so you can see a little better. To about, that's too much, 78. And then we're going to select the fourth one, the one over here, bring up the feathering a lot more so it blends in better with the background. And that looks good. So, scrubbing through, that looks fine, right? Doesn't that look okay? Except for the fact that our glows don't really track, but that's okay, because we're just going to just close this up, press T on a keyboard, and check out the opacity here. So we're going to turn on stopwatch, move over to the last frame, and set the opacity to 0. This will keyframe this so that it turns down the opacity as such. And one more thing that I may have forgotten about, you may want to trim down the muzzle flash to 1 frame. That way it doesn't stay there. Whoops. Alright, so that pretty much ends this tutorial. Just render it out and you've got a complete video. So thanks for watching, and please like, because this stuff really does take a while to make. I've spent quite a bit of time making one tutorial. And wait for more videos, I guess. So have a great day. See you later. Bye.